Part 1. Olivia in the morning. Olivia wasn't quite awake. It was still dark. She couldn't find her glasses. She had to squint to read the newspaper. She was anxious. She couldn't remember if she'd said her prayers or not, so she said them again. The newspaper said the sun would rise tomorrow at 5:48, 2 minutes earlier than it was scheduled to rise today. Olivia hated to miss a sunrise, so she went into her bedroom and set the alarm clock for 5:15. That would give her just enough time to say her prayers, check the newspaper, set the alarm clock, and make a nice cup of International Flavors instant coffee before settling in to watch the sun come up. Olivia didn't hate to miss a sunrise. She was a positive person, and she didn't hate anything except for hate itself. Still, when she missed a sunrise, it made her feel all sad inside, and she had to punish herself for that. She'd make herself eat chocolate ice cream and bags of orange slices because she knew all that sugar was nothing but bad for her. She would stay up at night and sleep all day and get her days and nights reversed so completely she couldn't be sure which was which. She would burn the soles of her feet with a cigarette she wasn't supposed to be smoking. Olivia was not going to let herself develop bad habits. She was not going to become one of those people, the ones who squander beauty, who ignore God, who don't care about what happens to animals, who never notice the little things that make life sweet. Olivia was not going to miss the sunrise. Olivia thoughtlessly dropped her newspaper on top of an otherwise neat pile of newspapers, then went into the kitchen and made a nice cup of International Flavors instant coffee. She whistled tunelessly. At 5:49, she went into the living room and drew back the curtains. At 5:50 a.m., Olivia watched the sun come up. Keeping Up with Olivia Part 2, Water's Edge. Olivia rented a 2-bedroom, 1.5-bath condominium in an upscale gated community. The community was called Water's Edge, although it was not actually located near any body of water. Olivia's stepfather had chosen Water's Edge because it was new and clean and because it had a wall around it. Also because the optional maid and laundry services were a real bargain. The 24-hour security at Water's Edge was run by Beau Battle, a twice-decorated training officer at the State Police Academy who had retired from public service after losing 3 fingers and an eye in a failed hostage simulation. Olivia's stepfather had gone to high school with Battle, and knowing that his old pal was on the job at Water's Edge made him feel very secure, very comfortable. Olivia liked Water's Edge because everyone who lived there was nice to everyone else who lived there. They were even nice to the old colored man who kept the giant topiary dolphins in the courtyard looking so verdant and so lifelike. Keeping Up with Olivia Part 3, Olivia and the Mailman. Olivia's medicine was talking to her again. The tall brown bottle on the second shelf was telling her to take 2 capsules every 4 to 6 hours with water, even though the directions clearly read, take 1 capsule twice daily with meals. The situation with the capsules had frustrated her so she couldn't begin to remember what the damn drops were for. Olivia, not one to rock the boat, did exactly what her medicine told her to do. When people live together, they have to learn how to give and take, she said, even if sometimes those people are medicine. Olivia heard the mailman delivering the mail to her next-door neighbor's apartment. Her heart jumped in her chest. She'd been waiting on that mailman since sunup, and she'd been praying the whole time for God to give her the courage to walk right up to him and talk to him like it was nothing, to tell him how she felt inside, to tell him how beautiful she thought he was. Now she had the courage, and the mailman was finally walking up to her mailbox, but poor Olivia was still in her bedclothes. How unlike her it was not to go into the bedroom and dress immediately after watching the sun come up. How unlike me, Olivia thought, unlocking her door and walking out into the sunlight wearing nothing but a ragged old t-shirt that hung to her knees. I have something for your wife, Olivia told the mailman, handing him a simple leather necklace strung with ceramic beads. I make these myself, she said, and I sell them all over the world by placing classified ads in newspapers. It's nice, the mailman said. That Dreamcatcher pendant, Olivia said, it's a real American Indian Dreamcatcher made by real American Indians. Not one of those fake store-bought Dreamcatchers like they sell at Easy Mart for $7.99. Those may look like they're made out of something real, but looks, can be deceiving because those are actually made out of an extremely dense but highly rigid polymer. I forget the name. I buy all my Dreamcatcher pendants from a catalog that has a lot of authentic American Indian things in it, made by real American Indians, and they may cost a little more, but lots of movie stars get that catalog. Do you know my wife? The mailman asked. No, Olivia said, shyly batting her eyes. Would you like to come back when you're off work and have a nice cup of International Flavors instant coffee with me and maybe watch the sunset with me? It sets at exactly 8:15 p.m. according to the paper, but sometimes they're wrong by up to a minute. I've only recently learned how to make myself come just by flexing my vaginal muscles. I don't think so, said the mailman quickly, returning Olivia's gift and moving cautiously towards the next mailbox. My wife, well, she's not exactly what you'd call the flashy type. She doesn't wear a lot of jewelry. Oh, Olivia said. Oh well. Anyway, if you ever want to have a nice cup of international flavors and some coffee, you can knock on my door any time. I'm here most days, and I have decaf. The mailman stopped. A pained expression devoured his face. What's the matter? Olivia asked. Do you need the bathroom? I almost forgot to give you your mail, said the mailman, gritting his teeth and stretching his arm to its limit in order to hand Olivia a single brown envelope. Oh, I'm so glad you didn't forget, Olivia called after the mailman, who didn't bother to look back, because today is Crazy Check Day. This is my crazy check. Keeping Up with Olivia Part 4. Olivia Among the Vegetables. Petroni's at Water's Edge was a small, clean grocery store where Olivia had always cashed her check. Petroni's, however, had recently become an Easy Mart when Easy Inc., in a push to capture small niche markets, began an aggressive nationwide buyout of small, clean grocery stores in upscale gated communities like Water's Edge. Olivia only went to the store on Crazy Check Day. Otherwise, she called Petroni's to have her groceries delivered, an affordable convenience that allowed her to dress in sexy outfits and to flirt with the delivery boys. It had been a month since Olivia last visited Petroni's. She couldn't understand why there was now an Easy Mart where her grocery store should have been. She began to feel all sad inside. Olivia didn't hate change, but it brought out the worst in her. She felt as if all 5 Petroni brothers, Marvin, Harry, Melvin, Jimmy, and Lou, who were so cute in their TV commercials, had abandoned her to the 4 fickle winds. She felt like Easy Mart, the impersonal corporate giant, had raped her. As soon as Olivia walked through the automatic doors at Easy Mart, she began to scream, "You raped me, you bastard! You bastard! You raped me! You took your big fat thing and forced it in and out of me until there was blood all over the floor, and nobody could walk because there was blood all over the floor because the floor was slippery with blood from me!" Olivia took hold of an eggplant, fell to the ground, and mimed the gruesome act she was already describing with great flourish and vivid detail. A crowd quickly gathered. An old woman was scandalized. A middle-aged man in sweatpants threw up. A young man with a silver hoop through his nose clapped his hands and cheered Olivia on. A doctor, who kept his office at Water's Edge, took hold of Olivia and tried to comfort her, but she took her eggplant and bashed him so hard between the eyes he passed out cold. "I'm so sorry," Olivia said, trying to get up and away, but tripping and falling instead. She fell on top of the doctor and became tangled up in his arms. She kissed the doctor's face. "Don't die," she whispered in his ear. "Please don't die." Within minutes, Security Chief Battle was on the scene. When he saw Olivia rocking back and forth on the floor with the doctor's head in her lap, he began to laugh. "Olivia, do you need to cash your check today?" he asked. "Yes," Olivia said, and even though tears were pouring down her cheeks, she started to laugh too. "This is just my friend Olivia," Battle told the crowd. "There's nothing to look at here." Security Chief Battle helped Olivia cash her check, then he took her back to the efficiency apartment Water's Edge provided for his convenience, but which he seldom used. They had awkward sex on a hideaway bed. "Tell your stepfather I said hello," Security Chief Battle said, escorting Olivia to the door. "And remember, you can't call me because I have to keep my phone line clear in case of an emergency." "I understand," Olivia said sweetly. "I'll see you around." Olivia didn't want to go home because she knew her medicine would just start up with her again. Also, the money from her check was burning a hole in her pocket, but she couldn't go back to the Easy Mart either, not after this afternoon. Olivia was exhausted, but not sleepy. She craved orange slices and cigarettes. Olivia went to the courtyard and watched the old colored man work on the giant topiary dolphins. Olivia blew the old man a kiss, which he pretended to catch and put in his pocket for safekeeping. Then Olivia walked the perimeter of Water's Edge 7 times, running her hand along the wall. She whistled tunelessly. Keeping Up with Olivia Part 5. Olivia at sunset. Olivia was standing on her back porch waiting for the sunset when Scott, her next-door neighbor, came out to smoke. "I don't smoke inside," he told Olivia. "I shouldn't smoke at all." Scott had a thermos filled with herbal tea, and he asked Olivia if she would like to share a nice cup of it with him. "Okay," Olivia said. "My stepfather brought this to me," Scott said. "He bought it at a health food store downtown. It's called Peace of Mind. The tea, not the store. I don't know what the store is called." "I went downtown once," Olivia said. "I went dancing at a discotheque." "I went to a discotheque once," Scott said, "with a girl, but she dumped me for another girl, so I don't do girls anymore. I do tea." "Tea is good," Olivia said. She looked at Scott's white t-shirt. It looked soft. His white pants looked soft. His sandy blonde hair looked soft. His coffee brown eyes looked soft. Olivia shut her eyes as tightly as she could. It was all too much. "You're going to miss the sunset," Scott said. "Yes," Olivia answered. "I know."